Right now at 6, Joplin residents didn't let the cloudy weather stop them from celebrating the solar eclipse.
And we've got some showers and thunderstorms as we kick off our Tuesday across the area. These will eventually clear out. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, students in Commerce, Oklahoma take part in a mock crash scene investigation with the help of local law enforcement officials.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Tuesday morning.
Yes.
You got to see the eclipse yesterday.
Yes,
it was
gorgeous.
very, very cool. I mean, I know we didn't get the totality, and they're not kidding. The difference between totality and even 95% is night and day. It was still light outside.
But it was still great to see. I mean, even just that little bit of, almost like a toenail, a little bit of light
just a little fingernail size sliver of the sun. But even that was still enough to provide some daylight, but it still got dark outside. It is best described, looked like it was about to storm is what it looked like. And that's what it's doing this morning. It is storming out there. Let's start with a quick look outside. This is our camera on top of the Cornell complex in downtown Joplin. Now, we had some pretty heavy rain. Had a good thunderstorm right over the city just a few minutes ago. It has moved out. We're in a little bit of a lull, but we have some additional thunderstorm activity off to the west that'll be pushing into the city here soon. We've been seeing some of the lightning from that activity on these cameras, and of course, once we put them on the air, the lightning comes to an abrupt halt. But that's all right. Then we'll take a look at the MoDOT camera, 32nd and Range Line. Road's pretty wet out there this morning. There we go. There was some lightning. Now, I want to emphasize, of course, lightning is dangerous. It is one of Mother Nature's deadliest things out there. So you don't want to mess around with it. Even if the storms aren't severe, you still need to take precautions with the lightning regardless. But it is neat to see on here, and it's safer to see if we show you on these cameras instead of you going outside. So here's a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Scattered thunderstorms across the region. We're backing into southeast Kansas, parts of northeast Oklahoma. We've got some showers. We have some lightning out there. And for these thunderstorms, they're not overly impressive on radar, but some of them, they've generated a fair amount of lightning out there. Heading back into southwestern Missouri. Again, this cell just rolling out of the Joplin area now into parts of Carthage, but we got more shower and thunderstorm activity just right off to the west of the city. And this all flared up within the last few hours, but as you can see, it's also now beginning to die out and will continue to do so over the next couple of hours out there as well. We're at 56 in Joplin, 52 in Pittsburgh right now with these showers and storms. For some of us, continuing to roll through. Temperatures, a good spread of them. We've got upper 40s, we've got low 50s, we've got upper 50s, we've even got 60 degrees still in Miami right now. So there's a good spread of temperatures. Now with these storms exiting, some of us could still see a few scattered storms when the kids get on the bus. We're going to be about 54 northeast breeze, around 5 to 10 miles an hour. But some of these cells have had some stronger gusts with them. And then when that bus brings them home, mostly cloudy, 72, northeast breeze 10 to 15 with occasional gusts up to 25 through today. Again, showers and storms wrapping up about 9 o'clock this morning. Will be partly to mostly cloudy heading into the afternoon. We're looking at highs into the low 70s out there. More showers and storms will be on the way overnight tonight into our Wednesday. We'll look at all that in the full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
Chris, thanks. A deputy is injured in a head-on fatal collision near Elk City, Kansas. It happened early Sunday morning as a Montgomery County deputy was responding to a non-injury vehicle accident on Highway 160 out of Independence, Kansas. While en route, another vehicle veered into oncoming traffic, causing a head-on collision that left the deputy seriously injured. The driver of the oncoming vehicle died on scene. The injured deputy and 3 other people were taken to the hospital. Students at Commerce High School had the opportunity to learn about distracted driving and driving under the influence. Students participated in a mock crash at the school's football stadium with the help of area law enforcement agencies. Some of the students participated as actors. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. The eclipse reached its peak in our area yesterday around 1:53. The Creative Learning Alliance in Joplin hosted a celebration and eclipse watch party where the community would come together to experience the event that drew hundreds of eclipse watchers to downtown Joplin. Well, the sky noticeably darkened during the eclipse. Clouds filtered some views, but people at the event say that didn't stop them from having a good experience.
You know, there's just excitement in numbers, and the more people you get watching something together, sort of the cooler it is. It's an experience. It's something to remember.
Oh, I think it's fabulous to see the Joplin community and surrounding areas come together, and to see such a great once-in-a-lifetime event is just fabulous.
People at the Celebration were able to receive their own pair of eclipse glasses to safely view the event. The eclipse reached totality in Mountain View, Missouri, and other places in the southern and eastern parts of the Show Me State. KOAM Shannon Becker streamed live from Mountain View, where spectators pulled off the road to watch the event. The eclipse also reached totality in parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, including Lake Dardanelle State Park in Russellville, Arkansas. That's where our very own Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty enjoyed the view. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes, coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Why the head of the country's largest bank was warned of several economic challenges. Plus, abortion is back front and center in the 2024 presidential race after former President Donald Trump's announcement. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Tuesday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
Don't pay for your AC tune-up. At Paschal, AC tune-ups are included at only $8.99 per month. Get discounts on all of your AC, plumbing, and electric needs. Schedule your membership now at gopaschal.com.
Well, topping Nation Watch this morning. Listen to this. Across the world, another heat record was broken for the 10th consecutive month. According to Copernicus, the European Union's climate monitoring service, last month was the hottest March on record for our planet. The unprecedented heat is due to long-term global warming. New data showed some of the greatest rises in average temperatures included North America, Central America, parts of South America, and Eastern and Central Europe. Watch as Dallas, Texas goes dark during the solar eclipse yesterday afternoon. Dallas was one of the major U.S. cities in the path of totality. This crowd gathered in the city's downtown and got the full eclipse experience for about 4 minutes. The last time North Texas experienced a total solar eclipse was back in 1878. 32 million people in 13 states were in the path of totality. It ended in the U.S. at 3:35 p.m. Eastern when the moon's shadow left Maine. The head of the country's largest bank warned of several economic challenges yesterday. J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon issued his annual letter to shareholders. He expressed concern about the resiliency of the U.S. economy because he believes it's being fueled by government spending. Dimon says that spending is funded by rising deficits. The executive also said inflation and high interest rates may be around much longer than most people think. Dimon openly worried wars in Ukraine and the Middle East could disrupt energy and food markets. He also mentioned politics at home, saying highly charged political issues like border security could take a toll. Dimon didn't weigh in on the election after he caused controversy earlier in the year by supporting some of Donald Trump's economic policies. This morning, abortion is back front and center in the 2024 presidential race after former President Donald Trump yesterday declined to throw his support behind a national abortion ban. Instead, he said the contentious issue should be left up to the states. The Trump announcement has brought on criticism from some prominent members of his own party, as well as from the Biden-Harris campaign. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
This morning, former President Donald Trump is facing backlash from his base with his latest stance on abortion. Instead of supporting a federal ban, punting to the states.
At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people.
Trump, though, still boasting for appointing the Supreme Court justices who helped overturn the federal right to an abortion.
I was proudly the person responsible.
Staunch Trump ally, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, in a rare public rebuttal, posted he respectfully disagrees with Trump's take, again pushing for a federal 15-week ban. The former president fired back, writing Graham is, quote, doing a great disservice to the Republican Party.
I was surprised.
Marjorie Dannenfelser of Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America says she's disappointed by the former president's decision not to endorse a national ban. But after a phone call with Trump yesterday, she believes that he could change his mind.
I actually do think that he will get there.
President Biden and Vice President Harris made similar arguments yesterday.
If MAGA Republicans put a federal ban on his desk, he'd sign it.
They vowed to restore federal abortion rights.
It's okay.
And just hours after Trump's announcement, the Biden campaign released a new ad featuring a Texas woman who was denied abortion services following a miscarriage, saying a resulting infection may prevent her from getting pregnant again. Jared Hill, CBS News.
An Arizona court is expected to announce a decision today on whether to keep a 2022 law that allows abortions up to 15 weeks or reinstate a Civil War era near ban on the procedure. The issue will also be on the ballot this November in states like Florida, Maryland, and New York. Now to look at some of today's top national stories, here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've had a few scattered showers and thunderstorms to start our Tuesday out there. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing where those are across parts of southwest Missouri into Cherokee County and back in northeastern Oklahoma as well. No severe weather out there, but we have had some lightning with these thunderstorms as well, so you still need to be cautious about that because even if the storm isn't strong or severe, it doesn't mean that the lightning isn't dangerous. Our camera 7th and Range line, the roads are wet. We've had a little bit of a lull in activity in Joplin after a pretty heavy thunder shower earlier, but more rain on the way, and it will continue through about 9 o'clock this morning. And that'll clear out. Will be partly to mostly cloudy heading into the afternoon. We're looking at highs into the low 70s. We're going to take another full look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes on the KOAM Morning News.
It's not a good day, it's a great day at Continental Siding. It's time for a good...
The right price on the right product right now.
Neosho Arts Council free concert in the park, April 16th.
A 7-year-old girl in Alabama started a lemonade stand for a good cause. She was trying to help pay for a headstone for her mother who died unexpectedly in March, and she's already raised nearly $10,000. Savannah Sapp reports.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
7-year-old Emery Johnson is spending her days after school like any other kid, selling lemonade at a homemade stand in her neighborhood. But she's not saving up for the latest clothes or toys. She's set out to raise money from the stand for her mother's headstone. Emery's mother, Carly Bordner, passed away unexpectedly in March. Emery's grandmother, Jennifer, says Emery came up with the idea all on her own.
Emery's so special if you haven't figured it out. She's the kid that will, if this lady over here's hurt, she'll go take something to help her.
With or without us. And when a social media post spread about her cause, members of the community flocked to Emery's stand to help. Friday afternoon, neighbors, firefighters, nurses, and deputies stopped by for a cup at only $1 each, but many gave a bit extra as a tip for her hard work.
I've just been amazed and cried happy tears.
When asked where she inherited her work ethic, Emery said, "My mama." Emery also says she never expected her fundraiser to go this far. I didn't know that just by making a little lemonade would bring this many people. Jennifer says monument companies have stepped forward to donate headstones for her daughter. The nearly $10,000 raised so far for Emery will now go into her own account for future expenses. She says with each cup comes a drop of healing.
Like she knows that mommy's okay now and she's going to be okay and everybody cares and loves her, and all these people showing all this and trying to help is actually helping heal the whole family.
And Emery, she says her mom would be proud. Yeah, she would say that I was doing good.
Emery, what do you think about all these firefighters coming out here?
It's unbelievable.
Incredible. While the lemonade stand is no longer open, the family does have a GoFundMe page. Just search for Carly Bordner on the site. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we get some showers, a couple of thunderstorms continuing through the area. Those will be ending here before too much longer. We're gonna take another look at your full forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Are you tired of waiting for your internet to load at a snail's pace? Or feeling
Integris Health with hospitals in Miami and Grove. Integris Health partnering with people to live healthier lives.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 6:20, now 6:21 on this Tuesday morning. We've had some showers. We've had some thunderstorms out there this morning. Thankfully, nothing severe. And we're still seeing some rain falling around the Joplin area. It's our camera on top of the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line. Still some wet roadways out there to contend with. And as we take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, I begin to realize that this is not skipped ahead to the right spot. So bear with me. Hey, you got to give me some. It's been a few weeks since I've done that. Okay, it's been a few weeks since I forgot to get this in the right spot. All right, KDOT camera south of Pittsburgh. Still some wet roadways out there. And, of course, just south of Pittsburgh, more showers taking place. Skywatch Storm Tracker now. Scattered showers across the area. Not seeing nearly as much lightning as we were earlier, but we did see a fair amount of lightning from these thunderstorms out there. Still get some heavy rain across parts of Cherokee County, including Columbus, just outside of Oswego, south of Pittsburgh. A little shower north of Girard out there. Back into southwest Missouri, heavier rain north of Cassville, around Corsicana, south of Monette. Some shower activity rolling into Neosho and back through McDonald County as well. And in northeastern Oklahoma, here comes the end of some of these showers out there. So Veneta, Chelsea, just outside of Langley, Miami, Grove, Jay, all getting in on rain. These storms flared up rather quickly this morning. And we did have, as you see, even just briefly, we had a fair amount of lightning with some of these storms. But thankfully, that lightning calming down out there, as it can be dangerous on its own. These showers and storms will continue to wrap up around the area. And then as we head into the afternoon, some of us will actually even have periods of just clear skies for a little bit. We're otherwise partly to mostly cloudy, and those clouds will rapidly increase through the afternoon and evening. And we'll see some stray showers early in the evening. Then we'll start to see more showers later tonight. And then overnight, roughly about 24 hours from now, a little less than that, say 22 hours from now, we'll see another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. No severe weather is expected, but our Wednesday will be filled with opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. So it won't be raining all day everywhere, but some of us will see scattered showers and storms as we head through the majority of our Wednesday, and that of course will keep us a little bit cooler out there. Not by much, but a little. We're at 56 in Joplin right now, east breeze at 10, still raining, still some thunderstorm activity out there. Temperatures around the region looking about like this. We've got some upper 40s, we've got some low 50s, we've got upper 50s, we even had some low 60s earlier, but we've cooled back a bit behind the rain showers. Scattered storms start to wrap up by about 9 o'clock this morning. We'll go mostly cloudy after that, 62. We're looking at highs today right into the low 70s, and again, partly to mostly cloudy skies across the area. And we'll have northeast winds occasionally gusting to 25. Heading into this evening, again, clouds increase, a few isolated showers, and then more scattered showers and storms overnight, falling back once again into the low 50s. Tomorrow, scattered storms, mid-60s with us, mid-60s Thursday, breezy out there as well. That ushers in much warmer weather going into the low 80s by this weekend. And we'll see some additional thunderstorm chances as we head into next week. Let's check your forecast. Then we'll send it over to Elise with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, states that have legalized the recreational use of marijuana have seen a decrease in people who use it for medical reasons. That's according to a new report published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, which shows over 6-year period enrollment in medical cannabis programs grew overall, but decreased in places where recreational marijuana was legal. The authors say their findings highlight the possible harm from increased availability and whether people who use marijuana for medicinal purposes actually need it. People with long COVID have patterns of inflammation that can be detected in the blood and could potentially be targeted with immune therapies. Those are the findings of a study from Imperial College London. Researchers say existing drugs that help control the body's immune system could be used for treatment. And young people who have a mood disorder such as depression or bipolar disorder are 30% less likely to get a driver's license. Research from Children's Hospital of Philadelphia shows they are also experiencing a slightly elevated risk of crashing. As many as 1 in 10 teens or young adults are diagnosed with mood disorders, which can impair attention, memory, and motor skills. Authorities in Minnesota were able to help someone having a mental health crisis this week. That help came in the form of a drone. Alan Henry explains how the technology was utilized.
The quicker you can get the drone on scene, the more likely you're going to be able to have a successful outcome.
From SWAT standoffs to suspect pursuits, the Chisago County Drone Unit has seen almost everything. But earlier this week, dispatchers received a call from someone concerned about their loved one at Interstate State Park.
They were in a mental health crisis and believed that they were thinking about killing themselves.
A deputy launched the drone and used thermal imaging to track this person in the park before it was too late.
And he eventually was able to find a person that was along the rock ledge, kind of walking, pacing back and forth, walked away from the ledge, walked up to the ledge, and that's what drew his attention to that person to say, I think this is who we're looking for.
Eventually, deputies made contact with the person and were able to bring them to paramedics for help.
Stay calm, reassure the person, let them know that you're listening.
Jody Freiholtz London is Executive Director of Wellness in the Woods, helping people overcome mental health challenges. She says the person who called 911 should be commended for seeing the signs and taking them seriously.
Individuals who are making that decision are doing it not thinking that there's any hope. And if we can give some hope to people and really show them that there are people who care, I think you can never make the wrong choice if you ask for extra help. You can make a deadly choice if you don't ask for help.
If you or someone you know needs mental help, call or text 988. Experts are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Grove, Oklahoma, a new era of healthcare has arrived
at zero cost to customers.
We've got you covered forever at Roper Honda.
Right now at 6:30, historic Route 66 runs right through Galena, Kansas, and now a new sign marks that distinction.
We've had a few scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. They'll continue for a little bit, then we'll start to clear out. We'll have a look at that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, after buying her studio as a teenager, a Southeast Kansas dance instructor nears a decade in business.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:30. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner, so hopefully you guys get to enjoy the eclipse yesterday, or maybe some of you made it down to the path of totality.
Yes.
We didn't do that, but...
We didn't do that. And you know, I saw the traffic was crazy
I've been seeing some of those posts even this morning on Facebook, because
yes.
you know, Facebook sometimes is a day late on information.
A little bit, you know, people
on
are
occasion.
enjoying their time though, and then posting it later.
But yeah, it's the traffic was pretty crazy coming out of some of those locations that were in totality. So thankfully, not crazy traffic right in our immediate area.
Too bad.
Now this morning we got some showers and storms to contend with out there. Let's start with a quick look at the MoDOT camera. 32nd and Range Line in Joplin. Roadways are wet. We're continuing to see some rain fall out there across the area. Skywatch Storm Tracker showing the last of these showers. We aren't seeing as much lightning. You can see some of it off to there. Not seeing as much thunderstorm activity this morning as we did earlier. We've got one good heavy cell still hanging out in parts of Cherokee County, stretching back into Craig and Ottawa counties in northeastern Oklahoma. On the Missouri side, got some heavier rain. Again, there it is in Cherokee County, getting ready to roll in. Some heavier showers down by Neosho. All of this continuing to push off to the east out there. So we had these storms fire up over the last few hours. And as quickly as they fired up, they are beginning to die out, and they will continue to do so as we go through the rest of this morning. 56 in Joplin right now, 52 in Pittsburgh. Again, roadways a little wet down there as well. Had some showers out there. Temperatures, fairly good spread of them. Upper 40s in parts of the area. Then we go into the mid to upper 50s for other areas. And as mentioned, we had some low 60s out there earlier this morning. So again, for some of us, kids getting on the bus, a few scattered showers and storms still hanging out. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, 54. Northeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. When that bus brings them home today, mostly cloudy, 72. Northeast breeze 10 to 15 with occasional gusts upwards of 25 miles an hour. Showers and storms should be done by about 8, 9 o'clock this morning. Then we'll be partly to mostly cloudy heading into the afternoon. We're looking at highs into the low 70s. We do have some additional shower and thunderstorm chances in our future. We'll talk about all that in the full forecast, and that's coming up a little later. Elise?
All right, we'll check in with you soon, Chris. Historic Route 66 runs right through Galena, Kansas, and now a new sign marks that distinction. The sign will go in front of Luigi's Pit Stop on East Front Street. As you might have guessed, the shop is themed around the movie Cars. When the sign is fully painted, drivers will be able to park under it and take photos. A Southeast Kansas dance instructor is approaching 10 years of business after taking her first steps into entrepreneurship as a teenager. KOAM's Franz Wallace takes a behind-the-scenes look at her studio and the dancer's success.
A dance academy in Iola, Kansas is getting on the good foot. Also, it's an emerging staple within the community.
Just a block south of the largest town square in the U.S. sits a studio where there's lots of laughs, lots of fun,
sound good? And we'll just bump Shelby up.
and as you'll see, lots
Put
of
her
love.
back up on the table, and then we move to the last.
Miss Chelsea's Dance Academy is a childhood dream fulfilled, dreamt of by Chelsea Lee of Iola, Kansas. Chelsea's love of dance was set at a very early age, as she's been dancing since the age of 3. Naturally, the love grew and spilled into wanting to lend a helping hand, assisting her own instructor in any possible way.
About 10 or 11, I really got into the working with the kids part of it. Obviously I couldn't be on the payroll, but I willingly volunteered my time and just started helping my dance teacher at the time with her classes, taking kids to the bathroom, making sure they knew, blowing their nose, tying their shoes, and she would be like, "Can you show what this step is?" And I'd be like, "Yes." And I was 12 and just so enamored with the entire aspect of being a dance teacher.
Teacher being the operative word, from that experience alone, she honed in on becoming a dance instructor. Opportunity knocking, she had the chance to start an assisting position, which she modestly accepted.
I was like, "Sign me up. What day do you need me? What time?" The rest is pretty much history.
Before graduating high school, she had an even greater opportunity available, purchasing the studio she was assisting in. Taking on the task with no hesitation, using the money she was originally saving for a car and putting it towards the studio, ensuring her dream. Approaching 10 years of business with accolades to boot, most recently being awarded the Ace of Initiative Award by the Iola Chamber of Commerce, Chelsea's most valued awards are her core values of love and family, which is felt by her dancers.
A lot of it is also everybody loves dance, and there's such a family energy here, and Chelsea is a huge part of that, obviously, but I call all of the little girls my little sisters, and I'm their big sister, so it's one big family.
The love and support for the community are big factors in the ongoing success of the studio. The reciprocation of it is evident at Miss Chelsea's Dance Academy, where there's lots of laughs, lots of fun, and reporting in Iola, Franz Wallace, KOAM News.
The Dance Academy's next performance will be May 31st and June 1st at the Bullis Fine Arts Center in Iola. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. President Biden has unveiled a new plan to wipe away thousands of dollars in student loan debt for millions of Americans. And Rain Chance's return. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Celebration continues at Indigo Sky Casino.
Tires at the best prices. With access to the largest inventory in the 4-state area, we have your size in stock. Carnes Pro Tire in Quapaw, a half-mile south of Baxter Springs.
And Consumer Watch this morning. It's Earth Month. Just about every hotel you can check in to these days offers information about its sustainability efforts. But some are going much further in their mission to improve the environment and surrounding community. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports on a couple of private island paradises.
A wine bottle is crushed into pieces of glass and transformed into stools and cement products at Six Senses Lamu in the Maldives. Reverse osmosis makes water from the Indian Ocean drinkable, served in recyclable glass bottles. Tailors sew staff uniforms in every fabric item. Coconuts are ground down to create oil used in the spa. Chickens reduce food waste, and a garden produces vegetables, mushrooms, and herbs.
If you can grow it yourself, then you help reduce the carbon footprint.
The sustainability efforts don't stop there. 10 marine biologists work out of a new hub, taking on local education, conservation, and research projects.
To help set policy and guidance in the Maldives for how to protect the marine environment.
In French Polynesia, protecting the marine life, including sea turtles and whales, is also a big part of the legacy left by the late actor Marlon Brando at the Brando Resort, where we also stayed for a special raid.
Marlon's vision was to receive visitors on Aotearoa, on his island, who would have a positive impact on the environment.
We smelled this before we arrived. Guides take visitors through the area's wildlife, nature, and culture. The nonprofit Aotearoa Society also hosts researchers. Alongside the luxury favored by the famous are sustainability projects, including an organic garden, water treatment plant, and turning crushed glass into the island's roadways.
The resort has more than 4,700 recyclable solar panels, which help power the property, along with a deep ocean water air conditioning system.
It pipes water from 3,000 feet deep to cool much of the resort. Travel advisor Michelle Bemis from McLean, Virginia, recently visited with her daughter and connected with the Brando's mission.
If we don't preserve what we have, what's left for the next generations?
And on these islands, there's so much to preserve. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
A survey from The Vacationer conducted last year shows more than 80% of Americans consider sustainable travel as very or somewhat important to them. President Biden unveiled a new plan to wipe away thousands of dollars in student loan debt for millions of Americans. Those eligible for the plan include borrowers who owe more than their original loan amount and people who took out undergraduate loans 20 or more years ago or began graduate loan repayments 25 or more years ago. Spirit Airlines says it has reached an agreement with Airbus to defer aircraft deliveries that were planned to begin later next year to 2030 and 31. As a result of the deferral and issues with the availability of Pratt & Whitney GFT engines, the company will also furlough roughly 260 pilots effective September 1st. Spirit Airlines says these actions will allow it to save money. This all comes just weeks after a federal judge blocked the company's planned merger with JetBlue. And a new McDonald's ad campaign is not just targeting taste buds, it's now putting the smell of an iconic menu item to the test. The fast food giant has placed plain red and yellow billboards around the Netherlands that give off the aroma of McDonald's French fries to passerbys. The billboards were placed near local McDonald's chains in hopes they would encourage fans to drop in. Well, tax day is a week away, and if you haven't filed your 2023 taxes yet, time is running out. Jen Sullivan breaks down what those last-minute filers need to file on time and avoid any penalties.
Time is running out to file your 2023 taxes. The deadline is Monday, April 15th. Everyone's taxes look different, but the most common documents you'll likely need to file are a W-2. That's your official wage and tax statement, which you should have received from your employer. A 1099, which are given by independent contractors to people like business owners, or if you've earned any interest from stocks or investments and or received any dividends. And a 1098 form, if you have a mortgage or student loan interest. The IRS offers tools to help you navigate through the filing process, and tax software like TurboTax and H&R Block can help you as well.
It's going to guide you through and make those calculations.
While it seems like a lengthy process, it can help deliver you a nice return this year. According to the IRS, the average direct deposit return is $3,209.
The fastest way to get your refund is to electronically file and to receive that refund through a direct deposit.
Experts also say the worst thing you could do is not file at all.
One of those mistakes that we see people make is they just get scared. And so then they put it aside and they say, no, I don't want to deal with it at all, which is about the worst thing you could do.
And if you really need more time, anyone can file for an extension, but you must do that by April 15th. That will give you until October 15th to file. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
To request a tax extension, you'll need to file a 4868 form, which you can find on the IRS website, irs.gov. And that's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've had some scattered showers and thunderstorms rolling through the area. Going back on the loop, you can see them. They flare up and then they're starting to die out. We're kind of just left with a few showers across parts of the area, and these will continue for about the next hour or two, and they'll continue to roll out of the area, and we'll start to clear out a little later this morning. We're sitting at 56 in Joplin, 50 in Pittsburgh, starting to dry out in Pittsburgh, but still getting some shower activity around the Joplin area this morning. Temperatures, we've had a good spread so far. We've got some upper 40s in Iola, for example, 47, 49 Stockton, and then there's that sharp contrast. We warm low 50s, mid upper 50s, and earlier in Miami we were sitting at 60 degrees as we got the day underway. As kids get on the bus this morning, a few scattered showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms continuing for some of us. The rest of us, mostly cloudy. 54 northeast breeze, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we head into the afternoon, that bus brings them home. Mostly cloudy, 72. Northeast wind a little stronger, 10 to 15, with some occasional gusts upwards of 25. We'll have another full look at your forecast and our next round of shower and thunderstorm activity here in just a moment. We're also about ready to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries, and those are coming up after this break. But first, let's see what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Nate Burleson. Coming up on CBS Mornings, I will be here in Arizona talking to the winner of the men's championship game between UConn and Purdue. And back in New York, country star Maren Morris will be live in studio to tell us about her new children's book. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
Sometimes you want to touch, sometimes you don't. Hurricane Car Wash offers soft touch and... Don't send us the bill for that.
New episodes tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Time now for some Tuesday birthdays in the four states, starting in Chanute with Braxton Whitley, celebrating birthday number 14 with birthday love coming from his family.
And a happy 23rd birthday to Jessica Humble from Scammon, Kansas.
And in front, that Cameron Edwards is celebrating birthday number 25 with love coming from mom and the family.
And a happy 38th birthday to Joe Cotton.
And in Pittsburgh, Kelly High School celebrating birthday number 45 with a great throwback picture there. It says, happy birthday, love you bunches from your family.
And a happy 96th birthday to Lucille Boncarelli from South Radley, Kansas.
And last but certainly not least, Melvin Stewart over in Bronson celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday, Melvin. There are only 6 names on this list today.
Only 6?
Only 6. There's got to be more birthdays happening in the four states.
There are.
Oh, we want to know about them. How can they let us know?
Well, make sure to submit your birthdays and anniversaries, of course, to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include any photos or messages that you might want to put in there and to meet the deadline at the bottom of your screen.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick look outside. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Still getting some light rain showers in the Joplin area. These are beginning to taper off progressively across the area. Did have some decent thunderstorms this morning. No severe weather, but a fair amount of lightning. And just remember, when there's lightning out there, whether the storm is severe or not, it can still be dangerous and deadly. So do make sure you're taking it easy. So far, though, we haven't seen really much in the way of lightning since this morning's the early morning storms. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line, wet roadways out there as again some showers continue to fall. And on the KDOT camera just south of Pittsburgh, things beginning to progressively dry out. Some rain just south of here, but in the Pittsburgh area, we're starting to see the rain showers come to a close. Here's the Skywatch Storm Tracker showing where the bulk of this activity is, almost right along the I-44 corridor. We do have a little shower right outside of Nevada, but outside of that, as you can see in southeast Kansas, beginning to clear out. A little shower south of Fort Scott. Heavier rain to the south and to the east of Columbus in Cherokee County. Back to the southwest Missouri side, got a little shower south of Crane. Some heavier rain getting ready to roll into Monette, pushing through Neosho right now, and we're again in between some patches of some light and heavier rain around the Joplin area, and some heavy rain getting ready to roll into Carthage as well. But you see also not picking up any lightning. Now, this doesn't pick up cloud to cloud, but we haven't really seen much in the way of lightning at all. A few showers remaining in the Miami area. It's stretching right down the turnpike just to the south of Chelsea out there. Otherwise, these are beginning to come to a close. So as quickly as they flared up this morning, look at all that lightning from just a few thunderstorms out there. They are beginning to die out and will continue to do so. In fact, as we head into the afternoon, we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. And again, some of us, especially along in east of 69, could actually have clear skies for a little bit this afternoon, and then clouds will increase pretty quickly through the afternoon into the evening. An isolated shower or two will be possible through the evening, and then as we go overnight, roughly the same time we saw these storms this morning, we're going to see them return tomorrow morning. More showers and thunderstorms out there, and like today though, no severe weather expected. The difference though is these scattered showers and storms are going to persist with us through most of our Wednesday, so it won't be an all-day rain event. It won't be rain everywhere at all times, but we'll continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head through our Wednesday out there across the area. Outside in Joplin right now, again, some showers falling, still picking up some rumbles of thunder here and there. 56. East breeze at about 10 miles an hour. Temperatures around the region hanging out 47 in Iola, 49 in Stockton. For the most part, though, we are into the 50s across the area. So, again, not a bad start to the day. We're going to have the storms wrapping up by about 9 o'clock this morning. Then be mostly cloudy and about 62 by 11. We'll have another look at your forecast, including the extended forecast and, of course, the news you need to know here in just a moment. And when we make the switch to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., a world elite diver takes an embarrassing plunge at the unveiling of the Olympic pool in Paris ahead of the Summer Games.
Right now. Cuban blockade in 1962. We are proud to salute Ronald Friend Sr., a four-state hero.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A deputy is injured in a head-on fatal collision near Elk City, Kansas. It happened early Sunday morning as a Montgomery County deputy was responding to a non-injury vehicle accident around Independence, Kansas. While en route, another vehicle veered into oncoming traffic, causing a head-on collision. The driver of the oncoming vehicle died on the scene, and the injured deputy and 3 other people were taken to the hospital. A New York appeal judge rejects a request by Donald Trump to delay his hush money trial. A source says the filing relates to the gag order that has been imposed on Mr. Trump, as well as the venue for the trial. The case is related to alleged reimbursement payments Trump is accused of making to his former attorney, Michael Cohen. The eclipse reached totality in parts of Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. KOAM Shannon Becker live streamed from Mountain View in Missouri, while Chief Meteorologist Doug Ketty posted updates from Russellville, Arkansas. Those in the path of totality were able to view the event from 3.5 to 4 minutes. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And after our storms clear out this morning, again looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies this afternoon, highs into the low 70s, and we'll have that northeast breeze gusting occasionally upwards of 25. Clouds increasing through the evening, a few isolated showers out there early, and then more scattered showers and thunderstorms after midnight tonight. And we'll fall back into the low 50s. Scattered showers and storms on our Wednesday, breezy as well into the mid 60s tomorrow and Thursday, and that brings in much warmer weather heading into the low 80s by this weekend. More rain chances, though, as we head into the next work week.
But that weekend ahead of us looks
Oh, it's going to be toasty
great.
out there, too.
Toasty, yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making Italian-style chili pot in the Mr. Food Test kitchen.
At your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. UConn makes history, winning back-to-back national championships for the first time in 17 years. Next on CBS Mornings, Nate Burleson is in Arizona and will be joined by Huskies head coach Dan Hurley.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, tax day is a week away, and we'll have some tips and tricks on how to file your taxes.
And Charlie Patton joining us in the studio with another amazing recipe. That's going to wrap it up for us for now, though. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.